You know, there's also those people who are like watching stream 2 before, but then we came on and like we're out of here, and then they jumped to stream number 3,
I don't know
and
why
now
they
we're
do
here,
that,
so you're
man.
gonna have to leave again.
I don't
Hopefully
know.
no one's like that.
I don't know
think
why you
people
do
are
that.
like that. The overlay is accurate, it looks like, and we are good to go. In the top left-hand location of Antigua Shipyard, we have the blue Protoss player Socke. As we hear pretty sick music in the background. I don't know if they can hear it, though. They
I don't
probably
know.
hear the beautiful game sounds in StarCraft 2. In the bottom location, we have the red Zerg player, Violet from Team Empire. And I got to say, Violet, he's a good player and a good guy. Have you ever seen his interviews and stuff?
I haven't actually seen his
Oh my
interviews,
gosh,
though.
so classy. He knows like just enough English to be able to get by in an English interview, but he doesn't know enough, so it's like hysterical.
So it's sort of like White Raw, but White Raw knows some more English.
Yeah, that's a great comparison. As I change something really quick.
It's
Sorry
sort of
about that,
like
guys.
broken English. That's okay though.
No, it's brilliant and it's awesome. He's such a classy guy. Has definitely proved his worth. Empire with a brilliant pickup of Violet, in my opinion.
Oh, I would completely agree.
You know, he's always playing in Clan Wars. He plays all the time. He actually lives 5 minutes from me.
Really?
Yeah, a lot of people are surprised by that, but
I am for sure.
I live in College Station, and so does he. He's at the CSN training house.
Yes, that is right.
In College Station, and he lives 5 minutes from me.
That's awesome.
Yeah, it is awesome. But yeah, less about that, more about this game, and more about what's happening. As we can see, can you go to the groups really quick, and then we can just want to touch on the group standings really quick, so we know the context of this game. Currently, this is Pool C action. Huck on top 2-0. Violet in second 1-1. Socke third 1-1. And Red is fourth 0-2. Red versus Huck is happening somewhere else, I think. But right now we have Violet versus Socke. They're both 1-1. This is a must-win for both of them, to be honest.
Honestly, every game is almost like a must-win, to be honest,
true.
X-Toss.
But especially if you're tied 1-1 and it's between going 2-1 and 1-2.
I mean, more so for these players, where you're at 1-1, and this is going to be almost your breaking game, where you move ahead up your group by defeating your 1-1 player, so you move to that 2-1 state.
Right.
And then winning a second game after that, then you're looking pretty nice sitting atop in second place there.
But yeah, as this group is unfolding, I think a lot of people are surprised by Red at 0-2. He just demolished
I am one of those people as well.
He just demolished people at
the Red Bull LAN.
Red Bull LAN. But then again, those Rolly Protoss. Then again, there are 2 Protoss in this group that he's played already that he's lost to. No, actually, he still has to play Huck. I'm not sure which one he lost to. He might have beaten the Protoss. Oh, no, okay. Socke beat him. And Violet beat him. Oh, yeah, he's duh. Okay, so ZVP. Let's talk about that a little bit. What do you think about ZVP right now?
Well, obviously, Forge Fast expansion, very popular on Antigua Shipyard. All-ins are also potentials for Zerg players to do against Forge Fast expansions, like a Roach all-in, if they feel like they can take advantage of their Protoss opponent just being a little bit too greedy.
Yeah.
Obviously, Stargate plays kind of come a little bit more into the forefront of this matchup as of late. Just keeping safe with like one Void Ray and then also double Stargate as well. Popularized, not so much popularized by Genius, but used by him in the GSL finals.
This is true.
Not to so much success though.
Yeah, and you know, a lot of good points. This matchup is like changing every single day. It seems like.
100%.
I mean, I don't know if you caught Lone Star at all last weekend, but Stefano was just like, did you hear his comments? He's like, Protoss, no big deal, man. I got it. I just make 60 drones, and I start making roaches, and I win.
It's unreal.
So yeah, and that being said, like Violet, he doesn't cheese. Like I don't expect him to cheese at all in this series. Very confident in his play. This is actually his favorite map, I think, or is that Sleep? He likes this map. I can say that. You know, I'm confident. It's just relatively unusual to some people. It is force cross position that's important to consider, so you can't have those wonky, you know, where you're right next to each other, where your third is right next to your opponent's main. But 3 bases is pretty much solid here. Like it's easy to get. You can get 3 bases relatively easily. The 4th base is a Zerg. That's the challenge. That being said, though, for the Protoss player, the 3rd, that's what you want to deny as a Zerg player. You know, a lot of players
100%.
go into a game like, all right, here's my goal. I'm going to deny this Zerg from going on. But let's talk about this game a little bit. So they come tab right here. 37 Harvesters, and Violet's making 10 Zerglings. So just taking some time to get away from the drones, get 10 Zerglings on the field just to feel a little bit safer, get some scouting information done, starting speed. And meanwhile, Forge Fast Expand, as you mentioned before, by our Protoss player, adding on some gateways here. Not taking up too fast, it doesn't look like.
Yeah, Roach Warden being thrown down now, just in anticipation in case of any early, let's say, Zealot aggression towards that third expansion, although this wasn't actually 3 hatch before gas. He actually got his gas a little bit earlier, then secured his third base when he felt relatively comfortable here. So Roach Warden, just in case, I would say, like an 8-gate all-in from the Protoss player. Just make sure you want to have a few units out there.
I mean, this is a standard timing for a Roach
Oh,
Warden.
yeah, 100%.
At any
100%.
time. You have to have that Roach Warden out on the field at around this time.
Yes.
Again, as you said, in case something comes forward from the Protoss player. Adding some drones in this composition as well. Still going up in that drone count. It's not like he's completely committed, as I accidentally zoom in, to the Roach production. Just has some lings on the field, going to try to do some harassment, get some scouting information done. And I'm a little bit surprised. I thought Socke might try to do a little bit of aggression with these 4 gateways, but he's applied 0 pressure on his opponent yet.
Yeah, I would agree with you. I thought, 4 gates, he's got some sentries out. He may do like a sentry zealot attack here, and actually he's going to lose 1 sentry relatively for free there. Zergling's going in for a counterattack. Looks like they're going to go right up into the main base here. Take a quick look at what is in for the infrastructure here for Socke.
I think he added on a Twilight Council, but these lings
in the bottom. Yeah, most
Blink
definitely.
on the way. But yeah, you never want those lings to get by. A big mistake there by Socke, letting them get through. Of course, he sent his whole army down here to let his third get down, but he left a gaping hole, and he lost a sentry because of it, and he lost some probes too. As you go to the control R, 2 workers killed, not too many.
Yeah, no,
but
little wins,
little things add up, right? But yeah, the most important thing, we chimed on it a little bit earlier. No pressure hasn't been applied on the Violet. When you let a Zerg get to a stupid amount of drones.
And by stupid, you just mean like a lot, right?
Exactly. I'm not trying to insult anyone.
No, it's just crazy.
Yeah, I don't want to say crazy either, because I don't want to it's questionable. I want to say you don't want the Zerg to just go free.
I mean it's like nuts how many drones he has at this point right now.
Yeah.
Without being pressured.
Exactly. He's getting to this drone count. His goal drone count.
62.
It's close to it.
It's getting there
comfortably, right? Without too many issues. But at the same time, Socke getting a third down. So he could be like, okay, it's a macro game. I'll let my opponent get his macro up, and I'll get my macro up at the same time. I got my third base up. I'm walling it off. But I have a feeling Violet does not want this to stay up for long.
No. And as you say that, of course, Zerglings are taking down the back rocks.
I might have planned that statement for when I saw the mini-map Violet moving out.
Man, you're just too smart, man. Just way too smart. Of course, gateways are walled off there at the top of the ramp to buy Socke some time to react to this attack. I'm not sure if he has vision of those rocks going down. He hasn't quite yet reacted to those Zerglings moving in here. Yeah. Now he sees the push coming in from the Roaches. In the forefront of the army. It looks like he's going to flank actually on the right-hand side. Yep. Good force fields, segregating part of the army here for Violet. Violet's going to swoop around on the towards the natural ramp there with those Roaches moving in forward here. But very good force field placement by Socke. Looks like a counterattack moves in back to the natural expansion now, where very little of the units for Socke are. Burrow is actually done now for Violet as well. Very good Burrow.
When a run by like this happens, it's bad. But when your opponent has Burrow, it exponentiates
100%.
The nuisance, the headache that you receive, because what Violet's going to do, because he's a smart player, he's going to burrow a Roach here, burrow a Roach there, be incredibly annoying with these Roaches that are getting into the main base of Socke. At least I thought he'd do that, but apparently he's not going to do that. It's okay. That's a good player. But here we go with into the natural with all of these Roaches. He's going to turn around though and try to engage this army from Socke. Nice force fields though. And something interesting to know here before this battle really gets underway. There's no mortals here. There's no mortals here for the Protoss players. So these Roaches, they're going to be a huge headache for him. Trying to add in some cannons. He's on his back foot. He has his third up. His natural expansion is mining. There's the burrow. There's an observer directly overhead, so Socke not going to be fooled. But Violet going to turn around and engage these units from Socke. Socke doing a nice job trying to split up Violet's army. Trying to keep, trying to get Violet to commit to a certain location and then pulling away from that certain location.
Yeah, this is very similar actually to Violet's play against Terran. against Mech Terran, I should say, where he makes a bunch of roaches. He kind of counterattacks in different locations and utilizes Burrow to keep his opponent in his base while he's continuing getting his macro on. But such a heavy roach production right now. 182 to 102. Socke's in a desperate position right now. It's looking very, very desolate for him.
He's dead, and the Roach is going to broach to rejuvenate some of that health. Socke trying to deal with this, but the Roaches are they're going to keep streaming forward. Violet's been on top of his injections. You know, he has that magical drone count where he can. Oh, actually, he's losing some drones here at the third base. Going to have to run from there. But the Roaches just keep reinforcing, and Socke has a lot of work to do here. He still hasn't thrown down that, or he has a robo. He still hasn't gotten an immortal out. Finally trying to chrono boost it, but he's supply block. That's no good at all. 4 pylons on the way, and Socke has to be like, darn it. I don't know how to say darn it in German. Who's a German player? A bunch of Europeans are hating me because it's like, he's not German. I think he's German.
He's German. He's definitely German.
He's European.
I will
sure.
guarantee that.
I love Europeans. But yeah, Roach is going into the main base of Socke, and he has no answer to this. He has absolutely no answer. Trying to get Immortal on the field, but the problem with this is it's not going to be near his army. And a naked Immortal, you know, he's going to die pretty fast without any, you know,
without any clothes on.
Without well, that too, but without any units to help him out.
Oh.
You know.
Yeah, of course.
But you know, Violet again pouring on the Roach aggression. 12 more Roaches in production, staying on top of Inject. The Zealots were finally cleaned up there, and there's the GG from Socke.
Yeah.
And as we get the score changed and all that stuff, I'm not going to say I talked about it right before the game happened, but I talked about it. Stefano, you know, I said, get to 60 drones, just make a bunch of Roaches. That's exactly what Violet did. He got to that drone count where he's like, you know, I feel okay. I don't know how he.
I don't even want to attempt.
I don't want to try to insult him
No.
either. But he gets to that drone count, and he's like, you know what? I'm just gonna make Roaches now. And again, it goes back to, as a Protoss player, do you need to do something to throw the Zerg off their game? Now we see this in many forms. In Control, the cannon rush at the National Expansion.
Yeah.
You know, you can say all you want about it, it's still viable. You're throwing the Zerg off his comfort zone.
That's true.
Has to get his gas, has to get some Roaches out, or Zerglings to deal with it. You know, it's out of his comfort zone. Stargate play. That's another way. You just completely circumvent the scouting Zerglings and just go straight for the third base, try to do some damage, do some overloads. Again, making the Zerg react differently because they're not going to go mass rush if you do that. The fast +1 gateway push on 4 gateways.
Yeah,
that's something a lot of players are doing. But then again, some Zergs are getting really comfortable in defending
this
against
is true.
that.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's exactly what Violet did. Just got to that drone count. Zoc did nothing to impede that. Went for faster Nexus. Another problem. Sorry, I'm just.
No. Please continue.
All right. Another thing was his tech was like pretty darn late.
I was going to make a point on that.
Exactly. So we're on the same page here.
Yeah.
You know, he got a Twilight Council. Sure, he got Blink, but you kind of need Immortals if you're going against Mass Roach.
There wasn't really any sort of good amount of tech there.
He was just using gateway units
for Socke there. He got a very quick third, where we usually see typical Protoss.
That's standard.
They kind of move out a little bit earlier, but he went for a relatively faster third. He felt very comfortable in the position he was, and then there just wasn't. There's no Colossus. There wasn't a high immortal count that would have.
He didn't have one immortal. That's the thing.
He didn't really have much of anything. You just
okay. Sure, if you can mass gateway units and fight a Roach army, but your micro has to be absolutely perfect. And Socke was trying to defend 2 locations at once.
Yeah.
You take that third on Antigua and you try to defend that, your natural's going to be, I don't want to say naked again, it's going to be exposed, right? The Roach is going to just run right by and do damage.
Yeah.
And Violet did that a lot. Like, he just ran by with the Roaches, and then he had Burrow. And then when your Zerg opponent has Burrow, and you have like first of all, your Robo is late to begin with. You're going for Twilight, you're going for Blink, so you're not going to have 5 observers on the map or anything. You have to get observers out. You have to keep track of all the Roaches burned everywhere. But Violet, very very comfortable game for him. So guys, we're about to get into game number 2. Sorry, Violet is currently up 1-0, poised to take the next game, or poised to take the series, I should say. My name is Axel. He's Silence. You can follow us on Twitter if you want, if you feel like it. My voice is slowly expiring, so I'm gonna let Silence give a rant or two or provide some insight while this game gets underway.